Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight, I am here with Gene Reffin Parry, and we're going to start right off, Gene, with you giving us the information on the upcoming Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup, and then we're going to get into a lot about EWF and what's coming up in EWF. Go ahead, my man.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to sit and talk with you. I appreciate it. Especially appreciate you, pushing this show the way you do. It's fantastic. So yeah, September 14th, the Forest City National Guard Armory, EWF is going to hold the fourth annual Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup. It's a tournament we put together in memory of my daughter who passed away in 2015. And we've had it every year since. And actually right here, Scott, I've got the trophy right here.
Nice.
This is the trophy. The very first winner back in 2016 was Lyle Superlaw Case. 2017, Big Country was the winner. And last year, actually, Superlaw's son, Ethan Case, was the winner. So we've had three different winners, and it's just something we do to celebrate the memory of my daughter, who was a big wrestling fan. Really loves, to.
If my memory serves me correctly, at the end of 3, wasn't it Big Country and Ethan Case going for the title?
It was Ethan Case and Big Country in the final. Actually, that was a 3-way. It started off as a fatal 3-way. Ben Wright weaseled his way into it, and both guys agreed they wanted him in there. So Ben got eliminated, and yes, eventually. Ethan Case beat Big Country and won the trophy.
Oh man, I can't wait! I can't wait for that, man. And Mad Mama's in the house. Look at that, Mad Mama Snow Cone.
Mama.
We'll be talking about you shortly, ma'am. When it comes to Legends Never Die, when we get back to the Forest City National Guard Armory, all kinds of flavors and always service with a smile, right, Mad Mama?
Absolutely. All right, so here's what we got this year. I haven't. The card is full. I haven't announced everybody yet who's going to be there. But so far we've got representing the Unbookables will be Eric Anton, making his 4th appearance in the Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup. He's been in it every year since day one, and that's Big Country. He'll be there. Unbookables Adam Jackson will be there. Satisfaction Adam Jackson, he'll be there. Coming back again this year. I kind of think the fans really liked this guy last year. I know I like him. I'm a huge fan of his, and that is the Tie-Dye Sunrise. Mr. James Johnson will be back in the house. Unbookables prospect Chase Lovelace. Someone who you like very much, Mr. Larson, will be entering his first Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup, and that is Mr. Eric Nuff. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but that's my new pick.
There are 2 others. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave one a mystery, but I will say returning this year to defend his Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup will be Mr. Ethan Case, the one-man streamer party. So that's 7. There is an 8th. But since we're on Hashtag Truth, and I said you might have a surprise or 2, let's lay it out there. What do you think? You want to hear it?
Good, man. Give it up. Okay. Hashtag Truth.
The 8th person entering the Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup this year is none other than the current reigning, defending EWF heavyweight champion, Mr. Austin Jordan.
Now you put me in a quandary, man. Now I got 2 favorites in it.
Yes. So that is the field for this year. I was gonna leave Austin and Ethan a surprise, but hey, let's get it out there. Let's let everybody know. Austin Jordan's going to be there. Ethan Case is going to be there, along with all the other guys I mentioned. Looking for another great show.
Now, I don't know if you covered this totally, but for everybody who doesn't know, this is an 8-man single elimination tournament, and the whole tournament plays out in one night. So there will be a winner at the end of the night. So it's
correct.
Man, I remember last year. It was great.
Yeah, 8-man single elimination. All comes down to the final two, and we have the finals the same night, and the winner is crowned, and we go from there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. I got some big names this year, a couple favorites coming back, and really looking forward to it, Scott. Again, that's going to be September 14th. So mark the date on your calendar, September 14th. Tickets will be just $5, just like any other EWF show. Doors will open at 6:30. Bell time will be 7:30.
Awesome, man. I am looking forward to that. Last year, one of the things I won during intermission was a signed poster. I've got it right up above my computer here, and I will cherish that forever, man. All the referees, the wrestlers, everybody who was involved in the show signed that poster, and it's one of the first things I show when people come in here to see where I do my stuff, and I got 3 posters up there, all signed, and that's the first one that's up there.
So you just changed my mind, because I was really seriously contemplating that this year we weren't going to do the raffle in the interest of time, but you saying that kind of tells me I really need to do the raffle.
Man, I'm telling you that raffle's awesome. Some people come just for that, but I'm telling you, I was really floored when I won this. It's something I will really cherish. So, yeah, please do that, because people do look forward to stuff like that, especially when you get something from a wrestler. That's big time stuff right there.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But we've also got some great supporters, like the steakhouse by me. Kuru Steakhouse, they donate a gift certificate every year. So we got various.
I see that's awesome right there.
Certificates, things like that. That people donate to us, and we raffle them off. And last year we had some autographed Francine pictures. If you remember the Queen of Extreme, Francine.
Oh yeah.
I reached out to her. She sent me a couple of pictures, and it made my day. And we had a couple of Shane Douglas as well. So I don't know if we're going to go that extreme this year, where I'm out stomping the pavement trying to get big name celebrities to give me stuff. But we're certainly going to do it. It just probably won't be on a high of a scale as it's been in the past.
Like I said, man, get anything signed by a wrestler, and you got my attention. I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
Aston Williams says he knows what party he's going to be crashing.
Come on and crash. It's $5 at the door. No.
Adam Jackson said, "I'm tired of these popularity contests, Gene. I haven't forgot."
I don't know what he means by that.
Apparently he hasn't been picked to be in the Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup.
When he's on there, I said his name. I picked him, so he's there. So
see, there you go.
He was the third guy I mentioned.
Well, see, there you go. What are you crying about then, Adam? He don't know. He's an unbookable man. And there was this.
He's an unbookable. He's Adam. He's an unbookable, and he's got the same issue that most of the unbookables have, is that he can't count his eyes twice and get the same number. So,
right.
It just.
Shay McGrady asked, one question I've never had answered: how can they be the unbookables if they get booked? Well, they got to pry their way into shows. They jump people from behind. Most of the time, they're not asked; they just show up. So, there's your answer.
Yeah, they just show up and take over, like gate crashing.
There you go.
But anyway,
Brian, wait a minute. One more thing before we go. Brian said, "Gene, let me know what you need or what I can contribute." He said, "Message him later." So there you go.
You got it, Brian. Brian has always been a big supporter of this show. I love you for that, Brian. I appreciate it. I really do.
Frank Roof said hi, and for everybody, Frank Roof is in the hospital tonight. I just messaged him a little while ago. He had what they believe to be a stroke. So everybody give a prayer for Frank Roof tonight for me, please.
Now, there's a trooper right there. The man's in the hospital, possibly from a stroke, and he's on his phone watching #Truth. What does that tell you?
That's it, man. I love him for it. I think Adam Jackson.
Okay, so let's move on this weekend. We got some big doings going on this weekend. This weekend is going to be This weekend is going to be absolutely crazy, fantastic, fanatic. It's if you are a wrestling fan at all, whether it's an EWF fan, whoever, you're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be a weekend, a huge weekend for not only EWF but for the wrestling in the Forest City community. Do you agree, Scott?
Oh, I totally agree. I said it when I announced it yesterday during my other show. This is probably one of the best weekends so far in EWF wrestling. I mean, how can you beat 2 shows? I'm a baseball fan too. You get 2 shows and a baseball game. I mean, can't beat that. No, and I don't know much about Legends Never Die. I don't know much about, who's going to be fighting who at that. But Mania, you got 4 matches, and 3 are going to be for championships. All 3 championships in EWF will be up for grabs that night. You should know better than all because you'll probably be refereeing a couple of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm sure I will be. I'm looking forward to it, too. I can't wait. A doubleheader, an EWF doubleheader. You can't beat it.
Right? I put up some polls. Yes, I believe it was yesterday or day before yesterday, asking, who was going to win all the matches. And I can't believe the response I've been getting. There's been like 50 answers to each one so far, and it's just been up for 24 hours. So that's pretty cool. Let's just go over the card, man. First of all, we'll start off with Big Country is going to be fighting one of the Unbookables. We don't know which Unbookable yet, but I put a post up there saying who would they rather see, and a lot of them are saying that they want to see the big man from the Unbookables fighting Big Country, but I don't know. We have no idea who it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not privy to that information. I wish I was, but I kind of have my suspicions who it'll be, but
we can all take guesses, brother. Until he comes out, we're really not going to know.
That's right.
But then we go to the championship matches, and wow, let's start off. Let's get the elephant. Let's pull the pink elephant right now, man. This tag team championship match. My goodness, how can you not beat one of the best tag teams in the world fighting in this match? And no, I'm not talking about Dapper and Dangerous, folks. I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Express. The Rock and Roll Express will be challenging Dapper and Dangerous for the EW. And if you don't know who Dapper and Dangerous is, it's Derek Driver and Myrick Moore. They are the new EWF Tag Team Champions going into Mania 3, and they're putting their tag team titles on the line against the Rock and Roll Express. Man, that's I'm looking so forward to that match, Gene. I get the chills just thinking about it.
Have you been following the social media war back and forth between these guys? It's been great.
Perry James and both of them. Perry James is awesome on the mic, man. I am so jealous of Perry James.
Really rocked the boat. Yes, Perry James has really rocked the boat and swatted the beehive, and I really hope it doesn't backfire on him. But we'll see.
You're going to get the questions while you're on the show, so we're gonna let these guys have some. How long have you been a ref?
I have been a ref in the state of North Carolina for 6 years. Total time with all the time I spent in Pennsylvania, I've been a referee for a total of 15 years.
Chris Vallow said you and him in a match. What do you think about that?
Sure, why not? I walked into the bunkhouse brawl and eliminated 2.5 people. I got no problem with that. I'm fine.
Let me tell you, that was the biggest pop, I think, of that whole night, brother. When they started playing that music, I was looking around like, Hulk Hogan, what is going on, man? And then you pulled off your ref shirt. Oh, the place went nuts. It was a great moment.
I'll tell you what, it was a great moment for me too, Scott. It was really a dream come true. It really was.
Big Mama said, Gene, who is your favorite Unbookable and why is it Boomer?
Well, actually, my favorite Unbookable, believe it or not, is Cruiser Lewis. Cruiser, we kind of have a love-hate relationship. It's really funny if you ever know when Cruiser gets in the ring, and
Cruiser
I always
right
seem to draw his
right
number.
away.
I don't know how. I think it's stuck to the bottom of the bowl or something. I just grab, but I always seem to get Cruiser's number, and he comes in and he just starts on me right away. And you know me, I'm old school, man. I don't back down. I give it right back to him. So that's. We have a love-hate relationship, but my favorite unbookable is actually Cruiser Lewis.
There you go, man. Nothing wrong with that. Dexter Myers says everyone knows who Dapper and Dangerous is, but who are these Rock and Roll Express guys? I'm not even gonna answer that, man.
I have something I really want to say to that, but you know what? I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that too. I'll just say, can we say Hall of Famers? That'll be my response to that. And we're not talking about Dapper and Dangerous.
Hall of Famers. Yeah, WWE Hall of Famers. Any other questions?
Philip Rollins. Hey, we got the announcer on, man. How about that? What's going on, Bam? This is one of my favorite weekends at EWF. I'm pumped. Are you going to come decked out?
Me too,
Mr.
Bam.
Rollins?
Me too. It's a huge weekend. It's got a big fight atmosphere, and it really and it's back to back, a doubleheader. You gotta love it. You really gotta love it. It's gonna be a fantastic weekend. I'm leaving work early on Friday, so that I can make sure I have enough time to get everywhere I need to be. It's gonna be a great weekend.
Boomer said, Gene, you have been refereeing for 15 years and have played favorite for 20.
Well, being I just talked in depth about one of your team members, Boomer, I think that's kind of an unfair statement.
Right?
I just said about Cruiser Lewis and how much he's my favorite unbookable. So you see, I put the unbookables over and I still get crap from them. So why bother?
That's the price you pay for wearing the stripes, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no respect.
All right, here we go. Mad Mama wants to know who's your picks for Friday night, Gene. Well, wait a minute, though, because I think Gene has to be impartial if I'm not correct, because you are a referee, so you can't really give your picks.
That's why I haven't taken part in your polls, Scott, because it kind of wouldn't look really good for the.
Yeah, I'm not going to put Gene. I'm not going to put Gene on the spot, Big Mama. I'm not going to put Gene on the spot, Big Mama.
I have to call it right down the middle, Big Mama. So, unfortunately, my opinion means nothing.
Aston Williams said all them years, and you still can't count the 3.
Yeah, well, Aston, at least I may not be able to count the 3, but you can't count your balls twice and get the same number. So there you go.
Adam Jackson says you need a yellow stripe up your back. Oh my goodness, man! They're giving you the business.
Oh, wow. You know what, Adam Jackson? Maybe we got to rethink number 3 here on this list of who's going to be in the Hollie Yatsko Cup.
Oh, there you go.
Again. You plug an unbookable and you put them over, and what do you get? It's just.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since Adam Jackson wants to speak up and talk badly, let's go on to the next match. That's going to be at Owlmania 3 for the Mid-Atlantic Championship belt. Adam Jackson is going to stand face to face with a Kodiak. Mr. PJ Ellis. What do you think about that?
Well,
match?
That's a tall order. And PJ's, I've been in the ring with both of them. I mean, Adam's got the speed and he's got the tact and he's got the skill, but PJ's got the size.
Come on, let's be real. Adam's got a glove, man. Adam's got a glove.
Well, Scott, I didn't say he didn't stoop to underhanded tactic, but he does have skill. I've been in the ring with him, and he's definitely got some skill. So I don't know if his skill's going to be enough to overcome that power and that size, though. But hey, we'll see.
Bam said EWF is on fire right now. You never know what's going to happen and who's going to be there, and it's a great value at $5. Yes, I've said that many times. I mean, you cannot even if you have a family of 4 and you take them to the movies, you're going to be paying 5 times more than if you went to a EWF show, WWE, listen to me, EWF show, and you're going to get a better product at EWF. I'm telling you. EWF's where it's at.
But, Bam is absolutely right. And when he says you never know what's going to happen, look what happened the last show. Who showed up? The Barbarian showed up.
Yep.
I don't know where the Barbarian showed up. So you just never know who's going to show up. You never know what's going to happen. If you miss an EWF show, you're really running the risk of missing something huge because you just never know who's going to be there.
That's exactly it. We're going to get to this match next. One championship changes hands, and it's the heavyweight championship, Boomer says. Let's talk about that for a minute. More likely.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
This is more
because I got a big problem with this match.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You announce the match, and I'll tell you my issues.
The main event, more than likely, is going to be for the EWF Heavyweight Championship, and it's putting up my guy, the A-Game, Austin Jordan, who I will be wearing his shirt that night. The A-Game, Austin Jordan, will be putting up his title against one Eric Anton of the Unbookables. What do you have to say, Gene?
Well, I have a question about this match. I don't really know what's going on in the inner minds of the EWF brass. Okay, you were at the last show, Scott. You're always there.
Oh yeah.
Eric Anton manhandled not one, but two. He manhandled two referees, and he gets rewarded with a title shot. What's going on?
Not to mention, he hit the champion from behind. He couldn't face him man to man. That's a little poster I put up earlier yesterday. He couldn't face him man to man. He had to hit him from behind, and that's, of course, that's the Unbookables way. If it ain't the numbers, they got to hit somebody. Apparently, his friends took the day off on him or something, but he had to come in and hit the champion from behind after a grueling match. And that seems to be a big thing with the champ Austin Jordan. It seems like the only time people want to come in and get him is after he already has a match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was. You're absolutely. He was attacked from behind. But like I said, my biggest issue and my biggest concern is a safe work environment. And Eric Anton, he went nuts and manhandled two of not only me but Tyler Storm. He put his hands on both of us. And the next thing we hear the announcement. Oh, he's going to get a title shot. Ooh, how does that work?
What about the fines for touching us,
behavior.
Right? Yeah, where's the fines that are being handed out? Where's Reverend Slim when we need him?
You get rewarded for bad behavior. I mean, that's.
Timmy Anton says, I'm going to need a new shirt after Friday night. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Eric Anton. I refuse. You could give me an Unbookable shirt, and I refuse to wear it. I am anti-unbookable through and through, and everybody who watches my show knows that. So, but I tell you what, Eric. I'll tell you what, Eric Anton. You beat my boy at Owlmania 3. I'll put on an Eric Anton shirt.
Wow, that's a big statement.
There it is.
That's a big statement. I guess that kind of tells me who your money's on.
Oh yeah, everybody knows I'm A-Game all the way. Big Mama said, remember that bunkhouse trophy still floating out there? Yes, the bunkhouse trophy is still out there big time. Myrick Moore can turn that in at any time on any champ, and he's going to have three. He's going to be in one, but there's 3 championship matches that night. What a great opportunity for him to sit back and watch these matches unfold in front of him. That's true.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he can cash it in any time. So, to me, Eric Anton says you couldn't afford an Unbookable shirt anyway.
That's why I own 10 wrestler shirts right now. All right, man. I'm telling you, you win the match, I'll wear the shirt, and I'm saying it live on #Truth.
And we'll hold you to it. If it happens, we're going to hold you to it.
Hey, you ain't got to hold me to it. I'll do it. I can buy other shirts at Custom Tees. SOS Custom Tees.
All right,
if you want any shirt from EWF, that's where to go, brother. And if I'm not
what are your thoughts, John?
If I'm not mistaken, Gene, don't you have a Gene Reffin Perry shirt on SOS Custom Tees?
I do. SOSCustomTees.com. There it is. There's that bad boy right there.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I got to get me one of those, but I have to special order mine because I'm a big boy.
Gotcha. So what are your thoughts? Who's going to win the tag team match?
The tag team match for me, again, I dislike Derek Driver about as much, and Perry James and Myrick Moore as much as the Unbookables. So I'm going rock and roll on this one. I'm hoping rock and roll does win. That's going to be my pick. That's who I'm going to be cheering for.
I already know you're picking Austin Jordan to retain, so.
Yeah, that's a given. Bam says, honestly, as a fan, this is a match I've wanted to see. Austin Jordan versus Eric Anton. Jordan is very hot right now and one of the best young wrestlers now in the Indies. Eric Anton is a grizzled veteran. He's old, just say it, who I've watched forever and is one of the most brutal wrestlers in this era. I think this could be match of the year candidate for sure. I won't disagree.
I gotta agree with Bam on that.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that.
I gotta agree with Bam on that because you know what, you can bash Eric Anton as much as you want for all his dirty his dirty tactics and his sneaky, his back attacks. But he, again, like an Adam Jack, he has the talent. If soup came to nuts and it was just a straight, flat out wrestling match, Eric Anton can go. He can go.
Yeah.
He's got the
I'm not shaking my head at you, brother. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm shaking my head at the next three things I'm going to put up here.
Okay.
Boomer said I'm special for sure. Yes, I am. You got that right. And you guys need to quit calling me trying to get on my show, too. Just like Aston Williams, who calls me like 3 times a day, even though I put him, told him he could be on my show Thursday. He's still calling every day.
You got a new friend.
Yeah, I do. Adam Jackson said Austin Jordan will only retain water. Well, I don't know, man. At least he doesn't have to cheat with a glove to win his matches. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if anybody would be an expert on retaining water, it would be Adam Jackson. So.
Just having a retainer, period. Adam's getting kind of long in the tooth, too. You know what I mean? Aston Williams says I'm delusional. There we go. What's up? Looking forward to Friday and Saturday. Aren't we ever? Now, like I said, I'm not sure what's going on Saturday night, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of the stuff that's going to happen on Friday is going to leak over into Saturday. So you don't want to miss either show. You definitely don't want to miss Friday and come Saturday, and you don't want to miss, you don't want to come Friday and miss Saturday. Both shows are going to be awesome, guys. You want to come to both. You want to get front row. You want to see all the action because trust me, the things that are going to happen this weekend are not only for this weekend, but it's going to go all the way through. And you never know. This could have Star Slam implications this early in the year, just this weekend. You never know.
Absolutely. It's going to be a huge weekend. I mean, I can't stress it enough. But you're absolutely right. You don't want to go to one and not the other. You've got to make the commitment to go to both. Because one is going to bleed over into the other, and it's going to have ramifications down the road. There's no doubt about it. But I'm also looking forward to that championship match, Anton and Austin Jordan.
Oh yeah,
that is going to be a heck of a match.
Those two are. I'm looking forward to a long, drawn out match with these two. I think it's going to get personal really fast.
Well, it's already gotten personal. It's already
Eric
gotten
Anton hitting him from behind like that.
But it's all going to come to a head.
Yeah, Austin Jordan didn't like getting hit from behind, and as many times as Austin Jordan, and the best way I can say it, the simplest way I can say it, as many times as Austin Jordan has been screwed in the last 6 months, and now he does have his hand on that EWF title, I don't think you want to mess with him, but Eric Anton rolled the dice and hit him from behind. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to see the revenge. I really am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be something special for sure. But what a deal, like you said, you get to see wrestling and a baseball game all on the same night for one price. What a deal. You can't beat it.
Boomer said Friday night spoiler alert. Jackson, Anton, and Dapper and Dangerous all win. You want to make a bet, Boomer? Huh?
Yeah, put your money where your mouth is.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead, Scott. Get him. Put his money where his mouth is.
Art Long said, "What's up, Gene?
Long. What's up there, Art? What's up there, Art? Miss you, brother."
Brandon said, "Father Darkness in the house." Picks with champs, Anton and Jackson, only $20 at the end of Owlmania 3. I'll throw a nickel at you, but neither one of you are going to win. Oh, there we go. I'm sure it will be recorded for the SOS Custom Network, so go look at it there. Only $4.99 a month. We're just plugging everything tonight, and I love it. Yes, SOS Network, CustomNetwork.com, $4.99 a month. You can't beat it. Not only do you get EWF, but you get wrestling from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. I mean, great place to go. They've got new shows coming out. It seems like almost every week. Great place to go if you really want. And I'm pretty sure that it'll be less than 30 days and you'll be able to watch Owlmania 3 on SOS Network.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you should not come out and see it live Friday night.
Oh, no. You've definitely got to come see it live. Seeing it live is 50 times better than watching the network.
You were there last year for Owlmania, weren't you, Scott?
Yes, sir. I was there. Yeah,
that was great when all the baseball team guys from both baseball teams go up and surrounded the ring.
They were all surrounding the ring.
It's a good thing. Yeah, it is. It's a really good time.
And they were getting into the matches too. I mean, they were cheering, booing, chanting. It was a great time. Yeah,
if you're anywhere near the Forest City area this weekend, you really need to come to McNair Field and witness Owlmania. It really is something special.
Sarah said I should sell my interviews to the network. Sarah, I do everything I do for free for the wrestlers, for the promotions, for everybody. So thanks for saying I'm good enough for that, but I do this all for free.
Hardest working man in video blogging right now.
Right? Brandon, Scott has a wall of fame in the magic room dedicated to the unbookables. That would be a false. That is untrue. That is very untrue.
I'm more curious about the magic room. What's the magic room, Scott?
This
Anything
is the
you can talk about live?
Everybody calls this the magic room because my bed's behind me. They say that's where all the magic happens. So, yeah. Okay. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's where I sleep. Yeah, that's where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
Brandon, to be honest with you, I do not know who the Owls play Friday, but if you go on their website, their schedule pops right up, brother. Just go on there, hit schedule, and you'll see exactly who they're playing. But we're not talking baseball, even though that's part of the package, and I'm going to be there for the baseball game. We're talking EWF tonight, Brandon. Ask about the EWF plans, man.
They're playing the Ashboro Copperheads.
Ashboro Copperheads. There's your answer. Yeah. Adam Jackson said baseball is at work.
It is. yeah, don't forget now. We've got this going on Friday night at McNair Field for Owls Mania, but then the very next night we're going to be at the National Guard Armory for Legends Never Die. So you got a double night of EWF action
and
four matches the first night.
It all, the Legends, the Rock and Roll Express will be at both shows. So you don't want to miss that.
They'll be at both shows.
You get 2 shows with the Rock and Roll Express. Randy.
Yes, 2 shows with Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Owlmania, the gates open at 5 o'clock. The show starts at 5:45 for EWF. The next night, when they go back to the Forest City National Guard Armory, it's the same time as always, 6:30, the doors open. Bell time, 7:30, $5 at the door.
You're correct, sir. So for $5, I mean, you got to go to both shows. It's just incredible.
Hey, Melanie, how you doing?
You don't want to miss.
Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for stopping by. Everybody who is stopping by, asking questions, giving comments, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This last week, I have to tell you, I am so proud of you guys. Above all, my views have went over 300% higher than what they were just a week ago. So thank you to everybody for coming out and seeing the wrestlers being interviewed, seeing Gene tonight. I appreciate it. It makes my day.
Hey, Scott, I gave you the lineup for the Hollie Yatsko Cup, but when it comes time to announce the opening rounds, I'd like to do that live with you if you're up for it. Hey, man.
Hashtag Truth is always open for that, brother. You just let me know, and we'll go live that night. Whenever
okay,
you're
that's
ready.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we got a little time, the date is September 14th, but
oh yeah,
we've got the card. We know who's going to be there. Now we're just going to do the pairings and stuff like that, and when the first round is ready to be announced, I'd like to do it here live with you.
You know what? I'm going to go back to that question, but Aston Williams said, that's right. Thank me, Larson. Thank me. I will thank you when you quit calling me, Aston. I really will.
Yeah.
All right, Gene, we're going to
probably be
Big Mama wants to know, what was your dream match? What was your biggest match to officiate, your dream match that you got to officiate?
No, what is my dream match to officiate? My dream match.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, that is tough. I would like to do anything, WWE. I would love.
Wow.
That would be a dream come true. Any match in EWE or Ring of Honor, or that would be a dream come true. It wouldn't matter if it was the janitor versus the bellhop. I mean, I don't care. That would be a dream come true.
It don't matter the wrestlers as long as you're on TV, right? That's what counts.
Yeah, that would be a dream come true. It really would. Actually, there's another dream, but now we'll save that for another time. But yeah, Scott, I really appreciate you having me on and getting the word out about the Hollie Yatsko Cup and more importantly EWF this weekend, because it is a huge weekend. It's like I said, it's got a big fight atmosphere, and it's all the buzz, and you really got to come by Forest City to see what all the buzz is about, because it's going to be something special.
Right, and I know I keep harping on the Owlmania, but Owlmania is where the magic is going to start, but Legends Never Die is where all the magic is gonna happen again the next night, and I'm going to reiterate what you said. Don't forget about the next night, because I have a feeling there's going to be some bad blood after some of these matches, and it's going to move right on over into Legends Never Die. And I mean,
there will be some spillover.
You got 3 big championship matches. None of them like each other. I mean, if you haven't seen what Dapper and Dangerous and Perry James have been saying about the Rockers and what the Rockers have been coming back with, you are missing. I mean, you can go on any page of an EWF wrestler, go on the EWF Facebook page, anywhere, and see that stuff. I mean, these guys have never wrestled each other, but they flat out hate each other already. It's something to watch.
You know, I probably really shouldn't say this live and in person and, you know, publicly, but that impersonation that Dapper and Dangerous did of the Rock and Roll Express. I watch that every morning. I really do, because I get such a laugh at it. I mean, it's just watch. You don't have to just watch Myrick Moore. Is all you got to do.
That's what I was about to say. Myrick Moore makes that promo, brother. You watch Myrick Moore and his eyes, and he's just nodding his head. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Oh my God, it cracks me up.
I laugh myself silly over it. I laugh myself silly over it. That is one of the best things I've ever seen. It really is.
And then at the end, man, I thought
if you haven't seen it, you got to see it.
You've got to see it. And at the end, I thought Gene Parry was literally going to blow a gasket. I mean, I thought his head was going to explode. He was like really upset.
Why would my head explode?
Oh, I'm sorry, Perry James. Man, I'm telling you, all these Perrys, man, it's just confusing. No, I'm just kidding. Perry James looked like his head was going to explode at the end of that thing, man. He was so mad looking at, you know, he was telling everybody about how he hated listening about the greatest tag team of all time, and oh my gosh,
you can see the veins popping in his neck.
Right?
Yeah, you could. You can see the veins popping in his neck. He's got to be careful, man. He's going to give himself a heart attack or something.
Question for Gene. What is the advice for anybody wanting to become a referee? What is the most important tip to someone to understand the importance of the referee's role?
Wow. Best advice I could give is do a lot of studying. I learned a lot of what I do by watching vintage wrestling from, you know, back in the Danny Davis days, and Earl Hebner when he was a younger man, and watch a lot of video. Of course, you might want to go to a school. There are schools that offer training for referees. There's one actually in Lincolnton, North Carolina, where I've taught a class there once briefly, but it's just watch tapes, watch videos, watch the referee. Don't worry about the wrestlers are doing, and watch the referee and what he's doing. Best advice I can say about the role is, see, I'm an old school referee. If you watch WWE today and you see the referees, I'm nothing like that. Those referees now, you know, they get up on the ropes and they're punching us, and the referee's standing there with his thumbs up his butt singing ting-a-ling-a-loo. So I'm the old school guy. I'll get in your face and, you know, what's what, and, you know, make you break the count out of the corner and get down off the ropes and stuff like that. So, but you just develop your own style.
And that's why Cruiser Loser hates you so much, man. I call him Cruiser Loser.
That could be why. I don't know. I'm not.
You make him play by the rules, so he just don't like you, man.
Well, that's why none of the unbookables like me then, I guess, because you got to enforce the rules. You can't just stand there and watch. And that drives me crazy. I go to these independent. I'm sorry, you're going to get me on a rant now.
No, go ahead.
I go to these independent shows and I see the guys, like, you know, they're clinched up in the corner, and the referee's on the other side of the ring standing there watching them. It's like, dude, who trained you? What are you doing? You know, can't.
People, a lot of fans, and again, I don't like to pull back the curtain, as they say, but I will say this: a lot of fly-by-night fans don't understand that the referee is the ring general in the ring. You know,
but a lot of people don't understand.
Without a ref, if somebody's cheating, who cares?
Right. You know? But a lot of people don't understand, though. A lot of people don't understand is that, you know, a good, trained, competent referee can make a bad match good, okay? And an untrained, incompetent referee can make a stellar match look like garbage. It's, you know, he's really the key person in the ring. Not taking any away from the performers. They're the ones putting their bodies on the line and doing all the work. But if you've got a bad referee, the match looks terrible.
Exactly. Adam Jackson said the ref should only count to 3 and stay out of the way.
Well, that goes to show you what Adam Jackson knows about wrestling.
Have you ever been a wrestler?
No, no, I was never a wrestler. I'm not a trained wrestler. I can bump, but I'm not a trained wrestler. I always thought that my stature was too small. You know, when I was younger, I thought, oh, I'm too short for this. And then I look at these kids today, and I'm like, hell, what was I thinking? I probably could have been a superstar somewhere.
Right?
Yeah. Pupper dog.
Randy wants to know what inspired you to be a ref.
The fact that I was such a big, huge wrestling addict nut ever since I was like 5 years old, and I didn't feel I had the size to perform as a wrestler, so I did the next best thing and learned how to be a referee. Still gets me in there. Still gets me to be a part of it. Still living a dream. I mean, it is, and I am living a dream.
And that's something. And I'm going to get off on a tangent too now that you said that, because that's something that people don't realize is back in the day, to be a wrestler, there was a look. You had to be a big guy, normally tall. You hardly ever saw, a 5'2" to 5'8" wrestler. They were all 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. A lot of them, if I won't say, when I say beefy, sometimes they were fat, but sometimes they were, built like a brick house. But there was a look. You had to have that look. And nowadays, you don't have to have that look. And it's different. And a lot of people, and I say I'm old school, a lot of people are having trouble adapting to the newer way that wrestling is changing. Are you finding that?
Yeah. Wrestling's always evolving, and some of them, they are having trouble with the transition. Absolutely. Uh-oh, Scott froze out. Okay, there you go.
Brandon wants to know how long you've been a ref. I got him speeding over here, man. You got people.
Brandon, you got to pay attention, buddy. 15 years. 15 years total. That question was answered long ago.
Well, if you see me, if you see people repeat a question, it's normally because they come in late and you've already probably answered it.
Yeah, but I'm just picking on Brandon. I like picking on Brandon.
Bam said, agreed. I'd love wrestling my whole life, and I love it even more today. I'm definitely living out my dream out by being in the EWF.
Absolutely, and Philip does a hell of a job. He really does. When I first started doing this, I was a referee and a ring announcer, and I was doing more ring announcing than refereeing at the time. And one show, Bam wasn't there, and I had to step in and fill in for him. And those are some big shoes to fill, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Philip does a heck of a job. He's a great ring announcer. Does a heck of a job, absolutely. So hats off to you, Mr. Rollins.
Oh, I tried to click on that, clicked on the wrong one. Gene, has there been anything happen in the ring that was so shocking it threw you off your game? That's a good question. Yeah,
actually, there has been. It was in Forest City. It was the National Guard Armory, as a matter of fact. I won't say the guys' names, but there was a wrestler who did a dive over the top rope, and his fall wasn't broken, shall we say. He wasn't caught. He was missed, and he landed neck first right on the concrete floor, and it rattled me so much I didn't know. I was running around like, what am I supposed? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this now. I'm supposed to do this, but yeah, I've seen some shocking things. I've seen a lot of funny things too. But that was probably the most shocking thing I've ever seen. Was when someone missed catching someone diving over the top rope, and he landed head first right on the floor right there in the National Guard.
Wow. I believe now. If I mispronounce this name, I apologize. You can tell me how to pronounce it in the comments, but I believe it's Reagan. Reagan wants to know: has a wrestler ever hit you? Legitimately hit you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, many a times. Many a time. Boomer Payne's probably the one that comes to mind first, because I'll tell you what, I've been hit before, but 2 shows ago, Boomer hit me, and I thought a mule kicked me. Honest to God.
I remember that.
I've been hit. Yeah, Boomer and just the last show, Eric Anton. I've been speared. I've been I've been super kicked by Chris Hamrick. I've been body slammed. Yeah, I've been hit many a times. Yes.
Cole McElby wants to know, who in the Carolinas would you like to ref that you haven't shared the ring with yet?
Oof. Geez, that's tough. Well, you see, all my favorites from the Carolinas, I've been in the ring with. I mean, like James Drake. James Drake is a good friend of mine. I love working with James Drake. Ethan Case, John Schuyler. I love working with John Schuyler. But if there was someone in the Carolinas that I haven't worked with that I would love to work, the Bravado brothers. I really like them. I like their style. I've never had the opportunity to ref for one of their matches. I don't even know if they're still around, to be honest with you. That was a while ago. Hell. I really don't know. There's so many of them that I've always wanted to work with that I got the opportunity to work with. So I've been fortunate in that regard. So to narrow it down to just one right now, to put me on the spot like that, that's kind of a tough one to answer.
We usually get that. I usually put down like 3 or 4. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I usually put down about 3 or 4 questions. They're the normal startup questions that I give every wrestler. You're the first referee I've ever had the chance to interview. Thank you for being that first one.
Well, thanks. I'm honored.
And I let the fans go from there, and they come up with some really good questions. Reagan, thank you. I did pronounce her name right, she said. She says, #truth, how many years have you brought people to a live video? Reagan, I'm going to do the same thing that a lot of people have done on here. I have to give EWF the credit for this, for getting me where I'm at right now. And what I mean by that is I had just started doing YouTube about a year and a half ago. I mean, I was very green, very new to doing podcasts. I had a show called Are You Kidding Me? And what I did was I took news stories that were really crazy and stuff like that, and I did a show on Facebook with it, just recording it. I wasn't live at all. I would record them and put them up. And I went to a flea market one weekend up here in North Carolina and ran into the guys from EWF, told them what I was about, and said, man, I grew up watching wrestling. I would love to do this kind of stuff. And that's how #truth was born. So, EWF started me off, and I will always be there for EWF. They're family to me. Everybody that I talk to from EWF knows me. So that's how long it's been. It's been about a year and a half. Thank you for the question. I appreciate that.
And Scott, let me just say something. I watched you from the beginning, and you have certainly come a long way with this show. And I see your numbers growing, and they continue to grow, and you're doing a fine job with it. And keep up the good work.
Thank you. I love wrestling. I love everything about it. And as long as people come on the show and be live with me, I will definitely be doing this. As a matter of fact, I like doing live better than I do my recorded videos. I did a recorded video for the first time in a couple of months, a day or two ago, and it felt weird to me. It felt weird to actually do a recording. I had to do it like 3 or 4 times to get it right. So it was kind of weird. Cole McElby said the Bravados are a good choice, and yes, Ethan and Drake are excellent guys.
Yeah, they are. They're fantastic, and I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of them. So I really can't say I regret not working with one person, but definitely the Bravados. They're and you know who else it really impresses me is the international superstars. I would love to get in the ring and work one of their matches.
Oh, that would be great. Reagan said, I wonder if Tristan Williams will get his revenge. Well, let me tell you, Reagan, if you haven't seen it, go on EWF's Facebook page or my Facebook page, scroll down, and you will see Tristan Williams just put out a little message to his brother, and you will definitely want to see that.
He's mad.
He's very upset.
He's mad. Oh, the dog was breaking my stones. He wanted to come out, and he heard thunder. Now he wants to go in. So we'll let him in. Okay, I'm staying out here. It's nice and breezy.
We're fixing to get. Yeah, that is true.
Get a storm here.
Dexter Myers said, live is always better, keeps you on your toes, no take two. That is true. There is no take two. You make a mistake live, you own up to it.
Yeah, live is better.
Sarah said, Scott, I would love to see you and Heath Mulligan in a debate format to discuss wrestling. Would be awesome. Well, let me tell you, Sarah, me and Heath Mulligan agree on almost everything the same when it comes to wrestling, so there really wouldn't be a debate, maybe a few things, but I would love to do a show with Heath Mulligan. That would be very interesting, and I would love to do something like that.
Everybody's telling me, listen to Aston, who cares? Everybody's telling me I should start a YouTube channel, but I really don't. I don't see that happening.
Once you start, it's just going to take over. It's going to take over your life, man. I'm telling you, because everybody's going to want to see you. And I'm not talking from experience, because they don't say that to me. But I'm just saying, somebody like you with all these years of experience refereeing and all these wrestlers you've seen, oh, man, I could write down 50 questions off the top of my head.
Nah, nobody wants to see me.
Reagan, I will send it to you after. I will send it to your page after the show. I will definitely do that for you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks, Reagan.
But yeah, if anybody else has any questions for Gene, pop them up on the screen. I would be more than happy to give it to him. There's a lot of people.
While we're waiting for a question or two, let me ramble for a minute or two.
Go ahead.
Don't forget now, September 14th, mark the date on your calendar, is the 4th annual Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup. It'll be at the Forest City National Guard Armory. Doors open at 6:30. Bell time will be 7:30. $5 admission, just like any other EWF show. It's a very special occasion for me and my wife. So come out and help us celebrate the life of our daughter. Okay, so that's number one. That's top of the list. That's important. Number two, don't forget we got a big EWF doubleheader this weekend. Friday night at McNair Field and Saturday night at the Forest City National Guard Armory. You will get to see the Rock and Roll Express, WWE Hall of Famers, both nights. So, you know, it's not a good weekend to miss EWF.
No, not at all. Bam, I got you, man. Here we go. Bam says, I'll be honest, one of the first EWF shows I got to meet, one of mine, and especially my father's favorite wrestler, mine was Shane Douglas, and my father who passed away's favorite in Kevin Sullivan. Gene, I'm sure you have too. Who have you got to call that you are a big fan of? Just curious.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Bam. It's the same show because I stood next to Shane Douglas in that ring, and I was awestruck. I've always been a Shane Douglas fan forever. Kevin Sullivan, I was a fan of Kevin Sullivan's, but then when all that controversy went down, I kind of didn't really care too much about Kevin Sullivan much anymore. But it was a great honor to meet him too. The Barbarian, I loved working with the Barbarian because he came to me and he's like, you know, you and I are going to do this spot and you're going to chop me. And it was great. I mean, I got to chop the Barbarian. That was, I mean,
wow.
That was like the 5-year-old in me was like, holy heck, look at this.
Oh, please tell me you got a picture of that somewhere.
I don't have a picture of it. No, I don't know if anybody took pictures of that show. I have pictures of the Barbarian but actually, I think there is a video floating around. There is a video floating around of that match. I'm going to have
to look that up.
It was, and Dexter, you know, Dexter probably has it. Dexter Myers probably has it. It was Big Country and the Barbarian. Dexter Myers got involved, and Dexter ended up getting power bombed. So
yeah, he told me about that match. He has been on my show and told me about that match.
Yeah, There is a video floating around of it, and yes, I did get to chop the Barbarian.
Dexter Myers, if you are still on and watching, sir, please, if you have that video, shoot me a copy of it, man. I would love, or tell me where I can go see it if it's online anywhere.
And of course, working with Ricky Morton has always been, that's, you know, I've always been a big Ricky Morton fan, and that was really cool.
Dexter said it's somewhere in Country's Facebook. Thank you very much, sir. I will definitely go look for it.
Well, Big Country, if you're still on here, if you have it readily available, or you know exactly where it's at, where we're not searching for hours, that'd be cool. But
yeah, that would be awesome if you would share it and put it right to the top of your page, man. That would be totally awesome.
So that was probably like the highlight was chopping the Barbarian. That was really cool. And then the last time when I worked with him, it was, you know, kind of like another childhood dream come true. After the match, he says, "You were fantastic," and that just meant so much to me coming from the Barbarian. He took the time. He walked.
When you got a legend telling you are awesome, that yeah, wow, I can imagine.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Sarah wants to know, where would your dream venue be to work in?
Madison Square Garden, without a doubt. I would love to work at Madison Square Garden.
Man, the number of Hall of Famers that have wrestled at Madison Square Garden, just to be in that building.
Yeah.
Wow. But I've been in
that building many times, not for, you know, only once or twice for wrestling, mostly for hockey, but yeah, it's certainly
I've never been there, but if I was to ever walk in there, I would just, you know, my eyes would be this big the whole time. But you were talking about being next to a legend and being awestruck. I was just informed here recently that I'm going to get to do an interview with at least one, if not both, of the Rock and Roll Express Saturday night at Legends Never Die. So you're probably going to see me doing a little bit of but either guy or both of them, let me tell you, man, it's going to be something. I've never been that close to two legends, and I've definitely never interviewed, you know, a Hall of Fame, you know, legends of that caliber. So it's definitely going to be a treat for me.
Absolutely, yeah. And there, you know, I've never met Robert Gibson before, but I have met and worked with Ricky Morton many times. He's a super nice guy, Scott. Super nice guy. You'll get along fine.
Oh, I can't wait. Charles said, I watched the Barbarian take on my cousin, Big Hoss Furman Jeffords. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Bam said, that's awesome. I got to talk to Shane. We had a lot in common, and I introduced my kids to him, and I cherish our convo. It meant a lot to me, especially after being a fan forever, for sure. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of wrestlers that I watched growing up, and I don't care how old, decrepit, whatever. If I ever got to stand face to face with any of these guys, and I'm talking about old school, like back in the day when I was a little kid watching, like, you know, NWA and things like that. I mean, these guys are not even thinking about wrestling. You see a lot of these guys behind the scenes at like EWF, listen to me, WWE and things like that. They're teaching the kids nowadays, or trying to teach the kids nowadays. But but there's a lot of them that I would definitely love to see.
Absolutely, and Bam's 1,000% correct. I mean, those are memories that nobody can ever take from you, buddy, and it's something that you're going to cherish forever. Because I know I do. I mean, you know, hearing the Barbarians say, you know, say you did a great job, and Kevin Sullivan, you know, and Shane Douglas, yeah, that meant the world to me. That, and you could have, I come home from the show that night, and I waking my wife up at like 1 a.m. going, guess what Shane Douglas said to me? Guess what Shane Douglas told me? You know, guess what Kevin Sullivan did? And she's like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, I'm here. You don't get it.
Hey, brother, my wife's the same way, man. I'll get off of here and I'll go in there. Man, what a great interview I had. You should have seen some of the questions. This is awesome. Who are you talking to again? Who cares? Like, all right, never mind.
You see Dexter Myers' post there? No, I didn't do anything because Dexter, you got everything you deserve. Now, we've been over this 1,000 times. You screwed up, and the Barbarian made you pay for it. That'll teach you. I mean, if you didn't learn your lesson, I'm not going to get in the Barbarian's way. If he wants to kick your ass, go for it.
That's exactly it. And Sarah said one of the greatest values in indie wrestling is meeting legends, and I agree 100%. And we're going to keep doing this the whole time we're on tonight. If you want to meet two of the best tag team partners in all of wrestling, Friday and Saturday, the Rock and Roll Express will be at EWF. So you want to be at both shows.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a tremendous weekend. I can't say it enough. EWF back-to-back Hall of Famers, WWE Hall of Famers, Dapper and Dangerous. I'm telling you, you got to watch these guys. Derek Driver and Myrick Moore, they're no slouches.
And of course they got Perry James in their corner, which makes them very dangerous.
Yeah. Perry James, he's a smart man. He's very smart. Very knowledgeable, and he's always got a plan.
Dexter Meyer says he said Ricky turned on Robert years ago. Can we really trust this Friday night? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to trust him all the way to the bank, Dexter.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Probably a pretty safe bet.
Oh, yeah. Gene, with all the talent you get to work with, is there someone you think has the it factor?
Oof.
Wow, that's putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I really do. There's several actually, but if I had to pick one person, it would definitely be Austin Jordan.
Oh, sorry.
It would definitely be Austin Jordan.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this as a fan, and this is the best way I can say it. I would be ecstatic. I would be proud of any wrestler that has wrestled, is wrestling, or is going to be wrestling EWF who makes it to any television roster. I'm going to tell you, I would be ecstatic if anybody I got to see in person, because I'd be one of the ones going, I saw him when he worked in the Indies.
Well, let me follow up on that question. It's starting to rain, so I'm going back inside. Let me follow up on that question. You're saying, okay, indie promotions, yes, it's definitely Austin Jordan without a shadow of a doubt. Someone who I've worked with a lot and who is really, 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 really close to making that big leap. Right now, he is the Evolve Wrestling champion. I'm sure many of you have heard of him. He's a very good friend of mine, and his name is James Drake.
Yes.
I could tell you stories about James Drake. I mean, I love the guy like a brother. I can call him at 3:00 in the morning. He'll answer his phone. But when it comes to a man his size doing the things he does in the ring, this is a man who definitely deserves to graduate to the next level. Not that Evolve is not a big deal, because it is.
Any place that puts on wrestling is a big deal. As long as there's fans coming to watch, it's a big deal. That gets me so upset when people go, well, EWF ain't all that, or 3 Count ain't all that, or TCW ain't all that. Yes, it is. If you have people coming through the door paying to see a product, it is all that.
Yeah. And another person to add to that list is James's tag team partner, Anthony Henry. If you have never had a chance to see Anthony Henry in the ring, you are truly missing something special. And James Drake, for that matter. Like I said, a man his size shouldn't be able to do the stuff he does in the ring.
No doubt. Arthur is telling me, when you interview Rock and Roll, just be you and have fun with it. Arthur, the only person I know how to be is me, and anybody who knows me, Gene, anybody else in the wrestling business knows that I'm me all the time. There is no other me. I'm the same me on here as I am in person, and anybody that knows me will tell you that. Unless I have a problem with them, then of course you're going to hear all kinds of stuff. But
well, that's good advice to take, because I'll tell you what, Arthur used to do some really, really, really good interviews with people, very in depth, and they were a joy to watch. So, if take that advice from Art, because he does know what he's talking about when it comes to doing interviews. He did some really good ones.
Pam said, I think Austin Jordan can go as far as he wants. I have no doubt in my mind. The first time I saw Austin Jordan come to EWF, I walked up to him and had a conversation outside of everybody else. It was just me standing there, and I told him, man, I cannot wait to see you with the belt in EWF. You are going to be one to deal with, and ever since then, I've been on his bandwagon. I'm an A-game fan for life. Let me tell you.
Well, it's not a bad bandwagon to be on, Scott. No. I'll be honest.
Charles said Drake and Henry are the two best, and behind them is Billy Brash. Now, I don't know who Billy Brash is, but I'm going to have to go look him up.
Bill, oh yeah, you gotta go watch some Billy Brash videos. I've had the pleasure of working in the ring with Billy Brash. He is a special talent as well, and I certainly didn't mean to take it, to omit him from that list. There's so many people, and yeah. You always miss somebody, but I'm glad Charles brought that up, because Billy Brash is he's something special to watch. I'm telling you, he's. Yeah, look him up, Scott. You can. I'm sure you can probably find some videos of him on YouTube. I'm sure of it. So,
Sarah says it's where they learn their craft.
You're right. Well, it's not only where they learn their craft, but it's also the individual. The hard work and the dedication that people put into it. Some people do this as a hobby. Some people are really trying to make a living out of it, and you can tell the difference just by watching them.
Right. And I promise I won't say my things so nobody has to take a drink. I won't do it tonight. Do you know what I'm talking about, Gene?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Okay. I won't say my famous, fan saying. I'll leave that. Everybody knows what it is by now, so.
Yeah.
John Davis is the hardest chop. Let me tell you, I would really love to see wrestling have a chop contest.
I don't know,
because there's a lot of wrestlers that can do a good chop. Let me tell you.
I think I got to argue that one. I really do. I think I got to argue that. I think
Chris Hamrick has to be in the top three.
Yeah. James Drake and Chris Hamrick. I think either one of those two win it hands down.
I think is he talking to you? What part of Pennsylvania are you from?
I'm from the northeast part of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Place called Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. That area, up the 81 corridor.
How far is that from York?
How far is that what?
From York, Pennsylvania.
About an hour and a half north.
Okay.
Northeast.
That's the only place in Pennsylvania I've ever been to, and I stopped there I had to stay overnight as we were traveling through, but I stayed in York, Pennsylvania. Nice little town. Everybody was really, really, really nice to me. So that's my little story about Pennsylvania. The only time I've ever been.
York, Pennsylvania, right off Interstate 83. Yeah, you go up a little bit north, you get on 81, you take 81 north, you'll run into Wilkes-Barre. Okay,
I got you. Me and my wife are avid baseball fans, and our dream thing to do after both of us totally retire is that we're gonna try to get to every baseball stadium in the U.S. And of course, that Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are two of the biggest ones we want to go to.
They're nice. They're nice facilities.
Somebody said something about a talent, and Eric Anton said, "We don't care, Brandon. We don't care." Oh my goodness, Timmy or Eric Anton. So, are you think you're going to be the new heavyweight champion come Friday evening? So tell us, how's that going to happen? What move are you going to finish off the champ with? This I got to hear.
The atomic wedgie.
Aston Williams, yes, I will be going to Wrigley Field, the biggest gay bar in the world. But anyway, Philip Rollins, Bam says the Brewers suck. No, they're tied for first place with those Chicago Cubs, so they don't suck. Randy asked, are you from there? Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. I'm from Wisconsin. So that's why I'm a Brewers fan, diehard. But we're not going to get into baseball. We're here to talk wrestling, folks.
Yeah, wrestling. Yes. Let's not take it.
Charles said Stuart Snodgrass atomic wedgie is the best. Now, yeah, I would not want to experience an atomic wedgie from Stuart Snodgrass, but he has come to EWF. And the last time he was there, man, I really enjoy watching Stuart Snodgrass. If you've never seen Stuart Snodgrass wrestle, that's a guy you need to go out and see wrestle one time. You'll never forget his character. Yeah,
but not this weekend. Don't go this weekend.
No. This weekend's all about EWF. Yeah, you keep correcting me there, but
yeah, don't go see him this weekend. He can wait till next weekend.
Yeah. This weekend's all about EWF. You'll get to see, almost everybody as a matter of fact, everybody I'm interviewing this week on my show up until this Friday when Owlmania 3 happens will be at either Owlmania 3 or Legends Never Die, including the guy who keeps bugging me tonight, Aston Williams, who is about to get the crap beat out of him by his brother. He just doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see how that all goes down.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I don't know if you saw the promo of Tristan. He looked like he was doing some pretty intense training, and he had a message for his brother telling him that he's coming to get him.
Yeah, I saw it. I shared it. I reposted it and all I said was Tristan's pissed. That's all I said. Yeah, that's going to be a war.
It definitely is. Does anybody have anything to say about what's going on at EWF this weekend? Give me your picks. Who's going to win the tag team championships? Who's going to walk out the EWF heavyweight championship? And who's going to win the EWF Mid-Atlantic championship? I want to see some votes up here. I'll put them up on the screen. I mean, 3 great
go to Scott's page
matches.
And vote.
That's it. Come right on. Or go on my page. I have polls up. You can go on my page and vote. They'll be up there until probably a couple of days after Owlmania. But man, I'll tell you, I'm so excited. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I am so excited about seeing the Rock and Roll Express. I've watched them growing up. Went back today while I was, getting ready for the video tonight, and I was watching some of the old wrestling matches. Man, them and the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette when they were in the feud with them. Man, I'm telling you, I am stoked. And to know that I might be able to get an interview, I am just totally excited. You guys have got to come out to EWF Wrestling this weekend. It's gonna be one that my review is gonna be Sunday for both shows. And I'm telling you, I might be shaking while I'm doing it because I'm gonna be that excited.
I'm looking forward to your interview, Scott. I really am. I want to see that.
Oh man, I don't even know if I'll be able to get the words out of my mouth.
Let's pack the Armory, guys. Pack the Armory on Saturday night, and let's see you all at the baseball field on Friday night.
Let's do it. All right, Gene, man, we've been on for an hour. I am going to cut you.
An hour and 20 minutes.
It's been, man. We've been on here for a while. I love it, though, man. I can stay on here for another 2, but I'm pretty sure you have to get ready for this weekend. I've got some things that I got to get done around here so I can be out there this weekend. And
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been an hour. We've just been chatting. That's great.
That's it. That's what it's all about, man. When you don't realize how long you've been on and you're just chatting, that lets me know you're having a good time. So
absolutely,
I love it. So everybody, thank you very much for coming out. Thank you for being a part of #Truth. I've got interviews through next Thursday. Look on my webpage. I can't remember them all. I've got so many now. But look on my page every night, all the way through the weekend. All weekend I'll be at EWF Wrestling, so I won't have one Friday or Saturday night. Sunday I do my review, but all the way through to next Thursday I will be interviewing wrestlers. Come and watch, be a part of the show. Gene Parry, Gene Reffin Parry, I appreciate you being on, brother, and come back to #Truth. When you get the first round, brother, of the Hollie Yatsko Memorial Cup, man, let me know, and we'll get right on here.
I want to do it right here.
You come on here, brother, and I'll give you the floor. I'll do one of these numbers. I appreciate it. I'll do one of these numbers right here, and you'll have the floor, man.
No, don't do that. No, that's better there. That's better there. A bigger picture of me is not a good thing. We want the fans to pay attention.
All right, man.
Scott, thanks for having me on, bud. I appreciate it. Anytime you want me to come on #Truth, you just shoot me a message. I'd love to do it.
And that goes with any wrestler, referee, promoter, anybody who wants to get on #Truth. There's 3 ways to get a hold of me. Look on my page. You'll see it. Email me. I've got a Twitter page now. You can get a hold of me there, or you can get a hold of me on my Facebook page here. So, Gene, have a good night, brother, and we will see you Friday.
Yep, see you Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you at Owls Mania and Legends Never Die.
There you
Friday
go.
and Saturday, Pula City, North Carolina. See you guys.
Good night.
Good night.